Hey, Shalom Markings, Rakam Kapashim, Jim is Lord, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Chachwadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that's pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. Just a quick one. I got this article here. Brothers posted it in the chat. You got, Esau and Ammon working on this mind reading technology or whatever it is, right? And this started to remind me of like other things. Certain of these movies that they brought out in the past. The one that comes to mind is Minority Report with Tom Cruise, where they had the precogs, anticipating everybody's thought patterns, and they could tell if someone was going to do crime beforehand and all that kind of business, and would arrest them and before they'd even committed a crime, right? He also wants to be in the minds of the people, man, and you know track and monitor your emotions, your feelings, and how you feel towards them. And it's something that was reiterated. I believe it was the WEF. It might have been Schwab himself that was speaking. He was saying to the crowd, "said Wouldn't it be good if we understood each other better, right? That I know what you was thinking, how you was feeling. We're in the wrong hands. That's proper dangerous." For them man to know how you're reacting to what they're saying, how you're feeling towards them and that kind of stuff, because they want to understand it. They want to know exactly what you're thinking, because the Most High the Most High knows all things, right? And he's sort of trying to put himself on that level that he can just know. He knows everything that's going on with you, man. Because without all the ability, he can't really declare himself a god. And so he's doing all this. He's bringing all this technology, into being, so he can feel and become closer like the Most High. Because like I said, the Most High is omnipotent, man. He know everything that's going on. So he wants the ways to be able to tell and to manipulate and do all these kinds of things. And through this technology, he's getting closer to doing that. Once you got the MLTB out there, man, you're gonna have full access to your innards, man. Okay, to your network, right? That runs throughout your body. You're gonna have, the hacking ability, to garner all this information out of, man, and do what he want with it. All right, so you got here, it's the Sun paper, US Sun, right? It says, listen up. Google mind reading AI can tell what you're hearing by monitoring your brain signals in area experiment, right? And so you also want to be up in your brain, man. You got them, you got the Neuralinks out there, them type of technologies, that embed these chips in your head and stuff, right? It's gonna give you a direct link up to to the Internet of Things, man, right? So it says researchers have developed an AI-powered tool that can recreate music people are listening to during brain scans. The findings were shared in a new paper published in the database RxIV that has not yet been peer-reviewed. The experiment, conducted by a team of researchers from Google and Osaka University in Japan, is the first of its kind. Scientists said the AI tool called Brain to Music works by analyzing brain imaging data from people who are listening to music. After examining a person's brain activity, the AI produces a song that matches the genre, rhythm, mood, and instrumentation of the music the subject was listening to. The brain imaging data that was fed to the AI pipeline was collected via a technique called functional magnetic resonance imaging. All right. So this is a type of imaging method that can show regional time varying changes in the brain. In other words, fMRI can see which part of the brain are active, or parts of the brains are active while a person is listening to music, and when. Say anything else? All right, so that's the point. All right, so developing this technology, man, to be able to read your brain waves and all this type of stuff, right? These are just tests and to be able to do bigger things in the future. That's, they always build on technology, right? It's like a backdoor to, what these elites really want to achieve with this type of technology, right? Because Esau, like I said, he wants to become a god. He wants to be like the Most High, right? So if in order to do that, he's got to, know and be able to control these types of things. So his aspirations are far greater than just him recognizing what type of music you're listening to, man. Because how irrelevant is that? It's not about being able to tell what music to listen to. This is just a project. He's also got bigger plans. All right, and like I said, the plans in the hands of this man is very dangerous. Okay, because of what he wants to do and how he wants to use it. Because it ain't going to be in righteousness. This ain't the sort of technology you bring about for a man to use in righteousness. He gonna be use it for wickedness, as of course, right? He's the wicked. All right, so we're gonna grab some scriptures, right? This is Isaiah 14 and verse 12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?" And Lucifer represents these elites, man, these Edomite elites, right? It's the son of the morning. How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken nations, right? Because they're in power and they got everybody in oppression right now, right? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. Right. So that's Esau's aspirations, man. Right, to replace the Most High. That's what he wants, because he doesn't, because he hates the Heavenly Father, man. And so he looks to be this world's God. And that's what he wants. That's what they want. Right, and they use the technology to try and to reproduce this, or the abilities of the Most High. All right, but that's not going to end well for him, no, because he's too proud. His hubris is too much, and the Most High hate pride, right? So he's never going to be able to aspire and achieve godhood, right? But guess what? The sons of the Heavenly Father will, right? Because it's been given to them, right? Beginning with the elect, they're going to humble themselves down and accept the Most High as their power, man, right? But Esau, he against everything the Most High create, man. So he trying to go about it a different way, right? Like I said, which has led to pride. This is from Ezekiel 28, verse 1. Says, "The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus," okay, which represents Esau in this current day, right? It said, "Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, because thine heart, which is their mind, is lifted up." Okay, it's become proud, right? "Thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas," right? In the midst of the nations, right? You've been given power and dominion over the nations in this current time, but it's been given to you. It's been given to you by the Heavenly Father, right? It wasn't because of your own greatness. Most High has built you up to be on this level, to have dominion and power over the nations, right? But it doesn't mean that you somehow on par with the Heavenly Father, So it says, "I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas," right? It says, "Yet thou art a man and not God." You ain't God. You ain't the Most High. Okay, you bleed, you die, right? Only because of this technology, you think you're great. You've been deceived by your own intelligence or appearing of intelligence, right? Because really, what you're doing in the earth ain't smart, man. All right, but this pseudo intelligence that you have, man, has got you all gassed up, man. Believing that making yourself greater than making yourself believe that you're greater than what you are. All right. It says, "Yet thou art a man and not God. Though I set thine heart, thy mind, your aspirations." You're trying to undo or control all the Most High's creation and to shape it in your design, man, in your image, how you want things to work, right? Because you think you have the power to do all that. All right. It says, "Though I set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from me," right? Because Esau is very diligent in diving into information and wickedness and all types of things, right? They've got a lot of information out there, a lot of knowledge that they got, right? But they misuse it, evidently, right? It says, "With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches," right? You've become powerful, you've become rich, you've become wealthy, and and your violence, right? You've gotten all these things, right? So has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches, right? Because of your position, right? And your military and things like that. You know, you've gone to a place now you don't think that anyone can take you out of that position. All right. So behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Right, the Most High is rousing up the nations to come up against, you know, Esau and their system, man. Right, their kingdom. So they shall bring you down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the sea. Right, you're gonna die like a man, not a god. So wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am a god? But thou shalt be a man, and no God, in the hand of him that slayeth thee, right? Because he's going to have power over you. If you was truly God, they wouldn't be able to have you in that position, man. They wouldn't have to have power over you like that. Right? But in that moment, you're going to have no power. Okay, you're going to be at the mercy of those that are putting you to death. Right? Which is ultimately the Most High set up. The Most High put you in that man's hand. Right? It's the Most High that has all the power. Okay, we are but worms on the planet, man. All right? It says, thou shalt die the death of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord power. Right? It's the Most High that's in control. All right? It's Psalm 64, verse 6. Let me jump up. Let's start from verse 2, right? It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right? These elites, right? The elite of Esau, man, they do things behind closed doors in secret councils, you know, amongst themselves, right? It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right? These secret societies, right? They exist, right? From the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter, right? And there's plenty of evil matters that they, dabble in, right? So they commune of laying snares, traps. You know, all this technology, they make it sound like it's great for mankind or whatever, but really there's traps, ways that Esau, you know, is looking to trap you with, you know, because like I said, on the surface, this technology about, you know, reading brainwaves to tell what kind of music he was listening to is very, like, it's neither here nor there. It's so irrelevant. It's like, well, what's so important about that? It's very unassuming, unsuspecting, because it's like, it's minor, isn't it? Like, not like, it's just an experiment, right? But Esau has plans for these technologies, how he's going to develop them and what they're going to eventually become. And it ain't nothing good. Like I say, it's a trap and a snare that he's going to use these technologies against people. All right? Like I said, you know, like in Minority Report, remember this, right? Tom Cruise in the movie, he was accused of pre-crime before, well, like I said, before he didn't even done anything. But the footage or whatever, the precogs that, you know, brought these images into being so they can go arrest him, they were fabricated. And what we got today, deep fakes, fabrications, man. Right? Someone had altered the dream or, you know, what the prequels were having or whatever it was, and that's what put Tom Cruise on the list, because somebody wanted to get him. Right? So what we got today, we got the deep fakes and all that kind of stuff today, and so all this technology that's being created is ain't gonna be used for no good. Right? The elites, when they have the acquired tech that they need, or the techniques that they need to use against people, man, they're going to use it against the people. It's not going to be for your benefit. So if they want you, if they want to get you or whatever, they can, right? And then they will seem to have all the evidences in the world, right? Because they control everything. They control the narrative. They control what people see, you know what people think, make you commit crimes. Put a signal in your brain, make you commit a crime, like, make you go bug out and shit. So, it's wicked manipulation which they're seeking to use, man. So yeah, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Right? So it's lucky I don't think I finished off verse 5, right? So let me read that again. Verse 5 says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them, right? Because people are blind, man. People they do these things behind closed doors, but at the same time, they throw bits and pieces out there, man, in front of your face. And, some of the stuff is hidden in plain sight. You just don't, it doesn't connect. It doesn't, your eyes have not been open to see really what this is about, because the Lord ain't dealing with you to open your mind and your eyes, right? To suss it out, right? It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, right? So they're heavy into the researching, right? Always come up with different projects and trying to, figure out things, man. This is both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. All right, it said, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded, right? So the Most High is not going to let them achieve all their aspirations, man. The Most High is going to put a stop to them. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider of his doing, right? You're going to learn from the mistakes of this devil, man, right? How not to conduct yourselves on the planet, right? Where pride gets you, man, where boasting and wickedness gets you. All right? Esau going to become the ultimate example of wickedness, man. All right, we're going to close out with this with Psalms 10, verse 2 here. It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor, right? So these guys, like I said, they always develop these things, man, really to persecute people, right? They're just, on the surface, it seems like they're trying to help everybody, right? That's the game, right? That's the smoke and mirrors right there, right? It says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined, right? And I said, Esau out here trying to, set up a new world order where he's gonna be in complete control and power over everybody, but and put keep the children of Israel in ultimate slavery and ultimately to destroy them, right? Well, everything that you've planned, right, is what's gonna come upon you, right? You're gonna get put in chains. We're gonna control you, right? And we're gonna destroy you in the kingdom, okay, after 1,000 years, right? So all these things you sought to do, okay, you're not gonna be able to do, and ultimately it's gonna return back upon your own head. All right, it says, for the wicked have boasted of his heart's desire, right? His desires to be like the Most High, right? And blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth, right? Because these men are just taking, stealing everything, stealing society, WF don't want you to own nothing, man. Them men are going to take it all, right? They're going to own everything. They're going to leave you eating GM, lab-grown meat or insects or, whatever the man we're suggesting, right? Can't own a car, can't do this, can't do that, can't go outside the city, They're just taking everything from people. The houses, the housing market's all getting fucked up with interest rates and, the bankruptcies and all that kind of stuff. They're just taking shit, man. It don't belong to them, but they set up the system to take what's not theirs, right? It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts, right? Esau don't care about righteousness. He don't care about what the Most High said. He's a rebellious brute beast. All right, it says his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. For all of his enemies he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved. Now, I ain't coming out of power. I'm not coming out of bullshit. I'm gonna be here forever, ruling over these nations, man. And I want more power. I want more control. Okay. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Right? Because he's made himself so great upon the earth. Or the Most High has made him so great upon the earth to make him feel like that. Okay, but the Most High is greater than him. Right? It says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. He's a fraudulent man, right? It says under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Right? Because it's a vain thing for him to make himself like the Most High. Like, who are you? Who's Esau? Esau's the hater of the Most High. How the hell is Esau gonna get on the Most High's level? How is the Most High gonna allow that to happen? All right, so he sitteth in lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. So from behind the scenes, all this death and destruction is happening from behind the scenes, man. All these plans being initiated in the earth, you know, pandies and all that kind of stuff, right? They've just been planned from the back room, you know, from the behind closed doors. These men are nothing but murderers, right? All the wars and that stuff, right? The poverty, okay. Um, yeah, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Like, they don't give a damn about the poor. They don't give a damn about nobody else. Are set for themselves, right? That's why, you know, you notice in all these, this middle class that these nations have got, man, that it's being dissolved. Everyone's getting pushed into that bracket of being poor, right? Because it is just us and them, and as far as they're concerned, everybody that's not them is a useless eater. You know, you deserve to be at the bottom. You're a waste of space in the earth. You're a waste of resources. You know, it says he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He does catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And I say his technology is part of those nets, man, part of those snares. And once he got you, because he's setting you up to be got, right? He's gonna bring out the MOTB, and you're gonna have everybody come and take it, right? And then you're going to be ensnared under his authority forever, man. Well, until he's destroyed, until you're destroyed, because those that take it are going to be destroyed, man. So the master and the servant are going to be destroyed, just like in Egypt, right? So anyone with the master, yeah, you're gonna face that fire, man. All right. So he croucheth and humbleth himself, right? So like I said, he appears like he's trying to do things to help people. Oh yeah, we're gonna help you walk. We're gonna help you see. We're gonna cure diseases and all this kind of stuff. We're gonna perform general maintenance on your body with nanobots and all this stuff, right? So yeah, he acting all kind of humble and stuff. Like he ain't dangerous. Nothing dangerous about him, but he looking to pounce, man. He is dangerous, right? So he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones and be deceived. Because it's his deceptions that are really snaring these people, man. Because people are believing on this devil, man. But if you used to know that Esau was the devil, then you'd probably look at him a bit differently. One would think, right? But Esau plays the role of being the good guy on the earth when really he's the devil, right? And people are fooled by that. Okay, but these scriptures reveal him for what he truly is. And that's why the elect can't be deceived. And we're not going to fall into that trap that he's put out there for everybody else. All right, the Lord gave us the heads up. All right. He hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Like, the Most High ain't going to do nothing about it. Like he able to pull the wool even over the Most High's eyes. Oh, he's deluded. All right. All right. Yeah. It says arise, O Lord, O God, lift up thy hand, forget not the humble, which is the men, Lord, the elect of Israel, right? Wherefore doth the wicked contemn God? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Like, there's no repercussions for what they're doing, right? That's what they think. Thou hast seen it, for thou hast behold his mischief and spite, to require it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee, thou art the helper of the fatherless. And like I said, ultimately the Most High going to help his sons, beginning with the elect, out of the clutches of Esau. Right? It says, break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. Okay, until he's taken out of the earth, man. All right. So the Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Okay, again, the elect. Thou wilt prepare their heart, prepare their minds. And that's what means. We're in this time, we're coming in, we're in the times of the end, and we're coming closer to the end, right? And the Lord is preparing us, man, for that time of tribulation, man. The time of evil that's going to come upon this earth. So the Lord is preparing us, right? So thou hast heard the desire of the humble, thou wilt prepare their heart, thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Right? i.e. Esau, may no more oppress. Right? Because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, so like I said, all Esau's plans and these ambitions, with his technology and that, man, that's never gonna come, to its ultimate form that Esau, is looking to, for it to do. Right, the Most High gonna put a stop to all these plans and take his part out of the earth, man, take him from rulership, and put Yahushai first and foremost in the power over the earth and the Israelites over the peoples, over the other nations, man. So, with that, Lord, this is edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So, till next time, I say shalom.